Today we're going to be talking about how to take your subscription-based SaaS and repackage it as a $10,000 upfront offer. I recently had a client who, I won't say his name so I can go into a bit more detail, come to me telling me that he was selling seat-based subscriptions on call. And as soon as we repackaged it into a $5,000 implementation fee on top of the seat-based subscription, the sales dynamic, in his own words, completely changed. And for another client of ours, we helped them create a $7,000 upfront fee. And they first of all cash collected $20,000 in a 2-week period, on top of adding $6,000 in MRR within the first week of working together. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Ravi Kabir, and I'm the founder of Rignatus. And Rignatus is a B2B SaaS advertising firm helping SaaS companies profitably scale with paid ads. Today, I'm going to go over why relying on subscription-based SaaS as your primary source of revenue is a death sentence if your SaaS is under $3 million ARR, how high ACV offers offset your revenue problem completely, and the exact 3-step process we take our clients through to build out their own $10,000 upfront offer. Firstly, here's what happens when you try to run your subscription-based offer as a new SaaS company. I want to go over how most SaaS companies try to build their business. Firstly, they offer a free trial to remove friction and get users to try the product. Then they try to convert the trial users into their subscription offer through email flows, whatever. And then they wait months for subscription revenue to pay back the acquisition costs. And obviously the only way to scale this is through ad spend or growing your organic following. And the reason this model is fundamentally broken is because, first of all, free trials don't work. 90% of free trial users never, first of all, use the product. They sign up, don't bother going through the activation process because more often than not, with the clients we work with, they don't have an activation process. And as a result, they disappear. You're attracting people who have no commitment and no intention of ever actually becoming a paying customer. And secondly, when you're selling subscription-based, you have a cash flow problem. If we even assume that 10% of the people you get through free trial actually ascend into your $99 per month or $250 per seat subscription, if your customer acquisition cost is $500 to $600 or $250 and you're only collecting $99 per month, you need customers to stay for at least 3 months before you profit a mere $50. And if you want to scale fast, $50 is not enough unless you're able to get 2,000, 3,000 users in your first month. The third problem is that you face an abnormal amount of churn. You have no ideas if customers will actually stay long enough to make you profitable. From what we typically see when we audit our clients' accounts, they have a churn rate of 15 to 25%, and more often than not, typically higher. And so if your projections are off and customers leave after 1 month or 2 months, even for the 10% that do ascend, you lose money on every single acquisition. You're paying people to use your software. If you're trying to build a profitable SaaS, that's not the way to go. The last thing is that when you're trying to scale with this subscription model, the social proof and the case studies that you can get through these are very low intent. They're text-based testimonials and at most 30 seconds to 1 minute video testimonials, very shallow, going like, hey, I used the product, I enjoyed it. This makes acquiring customers incredibly expensive because there's no tangible outcome that you're able to show your prospects when running ads, when building on a funnel. And so when you combine all 4 of these things, you have poor social proof, you have low monthly profit, and you have unpredictable churn, you get a failing business. And the thing is that most new SaaS companies run out of money before they even figure out the economics. While you're bleeding money, hoping for future revenue, some of your competitors are building profitable businesses from day one. And that's why I say that high ticket is the solution. And so before I go any further, what is high ticket? A high ticket version of your product is not 12 months of your SaaS subscription in one go. The core of a high ACV offer or a high ticket offer is that you condense the time it takes someone to get results from your software. So for example, we have a consultation client who have a financial projection software for 9-10-figure companies, helping the media teams, the media departments, and the finance departments communicate with each other properly. From their experience, these 9-10-figure companies typically have very poorly skilled media departments in the realm of finance, and that causes issues in communicating between media and finance teams for how to scale the marketing efforts. And so instead of just trying to sell their software, for which would be $2,000 a year, we listed out every single problem that is associated with these 8-figure, 9-figure companies onboarding their software. So that was first the fact that they don't have a AOP, annual operating plan, like a proper one. Their media teams and their finance teams have no channels for communication. All these things, we listed them out, and our high ACV offer, which ended up being $5,000, was solving all these offers growth and building out the systems, which created the likelihood that these companies would stay on board with my client's software for longer. And so going back to the main point, if you're a new SaaS company or your company under 1 million ARR, you have two critical priorities. The first is you have to get high intent social proof. This means 10-minute, 12-minute case study videos with high-level clients where you show a tangible outcome from using your software. And secondly, it's staying lean. And the traditional low-ticket model fails at both. And so here's how high ticket solves all these problems. Firstly, you get immediate cash flow. Instead of hoping customers stick around long enough to pay back acquisition costs, you collect the cash upfront. The implementation fee, the setup fee, or just implementation plus setup bundled together allows you to collect one client's entire 1 year or 2 years of LTV in month one. And that allows you to aggressively reinvest in growth, in infrastructure, in team, and allowing you to grow the company at a far faster rate. And secondly, you're able to spend more resources on getting amazing results for clients. Since you're charging $5,000, $12,000 upfront, you can heavily invest in better engineers. You can invest in client success managers. You can invest in teams that help your clients get results from the software. You can provide done-for-you onboarding, hands-on support, consulting, all these things that ensure that they get results from your software. And thirdly, you're able to generate higher intent social proof. When clients get great results, you're able to create and frame a case study around exactly what their problems were, exactly how your software solves it, exactly what their outcome is after your software solves this problem. And if you're closing 2 to 3 deals of this high ticket offer per month, you're able to generate anywhere from 9 to around 15 case studies within a quarter. High intent case studies, which you can clip out and redistribute across other social media. And lastly is the fact that it's far more predictable. When you have a high ticket model, you're able to map out cold emails, advertisement, paid ads, and all these other channels with far more predictability, because you know that if you get 20 calls, 16 will show up, around 14 will be qualified, and your sales team will be able to close around 25%. At a deal size of $7,000, 25% of 14 is around 2.8, so let's just say 2. That's $10,000 generated for you. And you don't have to consider churn or activation rates, because activation is uniquely baked into how the high ticket offer works, and churn because they've already paid the money up front. And the thing is that we don't want these people to just stay on the high ACV model and then leave. No, the people who pay high ACV are paying for implementation and paying for fast-tracked results. And eventually, once that's done, they will cross-sell back into the low-ticket subscription on a per seat basis or a per month basis. And they'll have lower churn rates because they've already received value from the software. And secondly, you can use the case studies you generated from high-ticket clients to advertise your low-ticket offer and cheaply acquire future customers. Each case study can be its own SEO blog, building up your SEO authority. Each of these case studies can be redistributed across all your social media platforms. This makes your eventual low-ticket model far more profitable 6 to 12 months from today. So now that you understand why high-ticket first works, let me give you the exact 3-step process to extract these offers from your existing SaaS. Firstly, most SaaS companies can easily add high-value services that customers would pay thousands for, right? If you're in the B2B space, the companies you're likely serving to are accustomed to paying $10,000, $15,000, $30,000, even $100,000 for services. They are not a particularly price-sensitive demographic. What are some examples? First of all, you could do done-for-you onboarding and setup. You could do implementation and consulting sessions. You can do integration support and set up their prompt libraries. You could do workshops, like weekly workshops. You could do annual software packages with priority support. This is typically something we bundle in with the others. But yeah, like the best high ACV offers are a combination of all of these, right? It's not just one-on-one consulting or just implementation and consulting sessions or just done-for-you onboarding setup. It's oftentimes 4 or 5 of these mixed together. Now, in order to identify this for your current business, first of all, you need to sit down and think about all the problems before someone starts using your software and after someone starts using your software that they would need to go to other people to solve. Referencing our other client, that problem would be the fact that they need to have an AOP, they need to have a proper escalation path between media departments and finance departments. They will need to have a far better way to project their monthly and yearly marketing spend. First, you have to identify those And solutions for that are part of the deliverables. But then you can think about, what are you doing manually to help get clients results? More often than not, when I get on these discovery calls with B2B founders, they are doing some form of setup. They're doing some form of consulting, some form of training. So instead of reactively giving it to the customers when they ask for it, you can just package it and give it to them proactively and charge higher. Secondly, what questions do you get about the software in client communication threads when you're talking with prospects? What use cases do people want from your software? You can make a course module on that and bundle it when you're selling the product. Obviously, the implementation challenges they face, which I mentioned first. And yeah, as I mentioned, like the best high ACV offers are not just one of these, but a combination of all of these, because the best frame of mind to go think about when you're creating this offer is, how do you condense the time it takes for a client to see value from your offer as much as possible? Cool. So now that you have the high ticket offer, how do you actually sell it? Right? Firstly, what you have to think is, when you're running ads, no one cares about your software. They want an outcome. And so you have to sell the transformation, which is exactly why we created this high ACV offer, because we can, with a 90 to 95% and more often than 100% certainty, get people an outcome with the high ACV offer. So you have to sell the transformation. If you implement this correctly, you should be able to add around $20,000 to $30,000 in cash collected within the first 6-7 weeks. And those are the results we consistently see for our clients. The thing is that the companies that implement this will build social proof, predictable cash flow, and a proven system, while their competitors stay strapped in a free trial hamster wheel trying to get customers to send on the back end. And so if you want us to build this system for you, so this would include building your high ticket offer, creating an ad funnel that ensures you get qualified calls, actually helping you set up the pre-call systems and the sales process optimizations that improve the certainty that you'll be able to close these deals. Click the top link in the description where you can book a call with me personally, where we'll go over the current marketing systems you have in place and how we can build this high ACV offer for you.